Hi, my name's Darren Bugg, and you probably know by now that I do a lot of reviews of budget hotels in the major cities of the United Kingdom, especially places like London and Manchester. Today I'm in Manchester, or to be absolutely accurate, I'm in Greater Manchester. I'm not actually in the city of Manchester, I'm in the city of Salford, which is right next to the city of Manchester. So it all forms part of Greater Manchester. And this particular hotel is fantastic if you're visiting the Manchester United football ground, Old Trafford, or I prefer to call it Old Trashford. And if you don't understand the joke, then you need to watch some of my other films where I review hotels in Manchester, and you'll understand that I'm not a big fan of the red side of Manchester. But you might be coming along anyway to Old Trafford. It could be to do the stadium tour, which I've done myself, and it is actually very, very good. The Etihad Stadium's better, but highly recommend the Old Trafford Stadium tour. You might be coming for a concert. There's lots of concerts on at Old Trafford. There's also the cricket ground right next door, so you might be coming to see a Lancashire cricket match or an England cricket match. Or you might be doing what I'm doing today, and that is coming to see a football match, because tonight England are playing at Old Trafford. I certainly wouldn't come here to watch Manchester United play, but you might be doing, and you might need a hotel to stay in. And I think I've found what is probably the very best budget hotel in close proximity of Old Trafford. So it could be handy if you're here to watch a match as an away supporter, for example, or maybe you're a home supporter. I know that Manchester United do have an awful lot of home supporters who live in London and the home counties, so they may need somewhere to stay as well. So there's lots of reasons why you might be visiting at Old Trafford, and you might be looking for a fairly cheap hotel. So this hotel is in Salford, but it is within about 20 minutes walk of Old Trafford, and it is the Salford Quays Travelodge. Now, Salford Quays is quite a nice new area of Greater Manchester. I imagine 40, 50 years ago this would have been a bit of a wasteland, quite an industrialised area, but a bit like Docklands in London. It's been completely redeveloped over the last few years, and it is now full of office blocks and trendy apartments, and there are all sorts of other things in this particular area. And this is a brand new hotel. I say brand new, it's been open a couple of years, but it's in an area next to lots of other hotels. There's an Ibis nearby, there's a Holiday Inn Express, there's a Hilton hotel, so there's lots of other hotels around here, but this one does seem to be the cheapest. But don't let that put you off, because it is actually quite a good quality hotel. Because it's so new, it feels very modern. The quality for a Travelodge is extremely good. Obviously it's basic, that's what you expect at a budget hotel, but for a cheap hotel this is actually a very good quality hotel. It's about 20 minutes by tram, by the Metrolink tram, from Piccadilly Gardens, which is the centre of Manchester. So it doesn't take long, and the trams are very frequent. They run from 6 AM to 12 midnight. You can get a pass which enables you to travel all over Zone 1 and 2 on the Metrolink trams for only £3.50, so that's unlimited journeys for a day, and that is very good value. So if you are coming along to stay in the Salford area for Old Trafford, because you're going to the Old Trafford football ground, you can go from the station, you can get here, you can get back to the station, you can get into town, you can travel all over Zone 1 and Zone 2, which is virtually the whole of central Manchester, for just £3.50. And the nearest tram stop is called Salford Quays. It's also very close to Anchorage tram stop. That's about 10 minutes walk away. The Salford Quays tram stop is only about 5 minutes away. So you've got two tram stops to choose from, but Salford Quays tram is only about 5 minutes walk away. The area is also very well served for facilities. There's a Tesco Express about 2 minutes walk away, which is open until midnight every night, including Saturdays and Sundays. And there are several pubs nearby. There's the Matchstick Men pub, which is about 5 minutes walk away, or you can hop on the tram and it takes about 10 minutes to get to Media City UK, and there are loads of different restaurants and takeaways and pubs and bars and some quite trendy nice places to drink by the side of the quays. So nice area, and also very handy to get to Old Trafford. I'd say about a 20-minute walk if you're fast, maybe 25 minutes if you're a slow walker, but definitely easy walking distance of Old Trafford football ground. Well, now I'm going to give you a tour of the room. It is a travel lodge, so bear in mind they are all pretty similar. The one thing I would say about this particular travel lodge is it is very modern, which is a really good thing. Let's have a look at the room. Well, as we normally do in these reviews, I'll start with the television. I don't know why I always start with the TV, but I do always start with the television. I don't know if that shows something about me personally, but I do like a good telly when I'm in a hotel, just to relax in the evening when you get back from a night out. And this is not a particularly brilliant TV. It's an LG, which is good make. That's the make I have at home, but it's only a 24-inch telly, which is very disappointing. Very, very small TV. It's okay, it works all right, it has all the usual channels. Not a particularly brilliant television though. The bed, as you'd expect in Travelodge, is wonderful. Very, very comfortable, nice and clean. Mattresses are fantastic. When I arrived, there was this pile of towels, hand towels and bath towels and things, already nice and clean, nice white towels, and a lovely comfortable bed. You get the usual comfy chair. Actually, this chair is better than what you normally get in Travelodge. It's a bit more comfortable. They're usually those plastic style, but this is a nice comfortable soft chair, a bit nicer to sit on. The usual desk. I give the usual proviso whenever I do these films, as I'm sure you'll know if you've seen my other films, that the tonic water, the sandwich, the crisps, the nuts, they're all brought by myself. All you get is a very stingy amount of coffee and the coffee cups and your metal kettle, and that's about it. A bit of sugar, a bit of tea, but as they always do at Travelodge, they will give you some extra if you go down to reception. I'm definitely going down to ask for some more milk and some more coffee, and I'm sure there won't be a problem with that. One good thing, because it's a newer Travelodge, the sockets have these charging points for your phone or any USB device. You don't tend to get them in the older Travelodges, so that's quite a nice touch. Small window, and it's just looking out onto a main road, but the soundproofing is fantastic. There's a park nearby. This is Ordsall Park. It's not a particularly great park, so not really any benefit of having the park there, although it is quite nice to just look out of the window and look onto the park. And then if I look to the right, that is going towards Salford Quays, and if you walk for about 20 minutes in that direction, it will take you to Old Trafford football and cricket grounds. So that's the window. There's not a lot of natural light, unfortunately, but there are plenty of light, so that's okay. Turning to the wardrobe, and it's the usual complaint, which I mention all the time whenever I do these films. They never give you enough coat hangers. Why? Look, I've got 6 there, which is fine for me, because I'm only staying for one night, and then I'm flying off from Manchester Airport tomorrow, so I don't really need that many. But why do, and it's not just Travelodge and budget hotels, it's every hotel you ever stay in, they only give you about 5 or 6 coat hangers. I never ever understood that. There's nowhere to put your bags, so I've just had to put my bag on the floor, but it doesn't really matter. Nice mirror here, so you'll see me in a minute. There we go in the mirror. And there's a heater. There's no air conditioning in this room. You don't tend to get air conditioning in Travelodge. They do in Premier Inn, which is one of the big advantages of Premier Inn. You also get it in Travelodge super rooms, but you don't get it in standard rooms, but you have got a heater. To be fair, it's not that warm today, so I haven't needed air conditioning anyway, but in the middle of summer on a hot day, I imagine it might get quite stuffy in here. And then onto the bathroom. The bathroom is very nice, but it's small and it's functional. So you get the usual toilet and litter bin and the usual wash basin and the usual big mirror with me. No bath, but there is a shower. It is immaculately clean. It is beautifully clean. All the sealant is wonderfully clean. And the usual soap dispenser and shampoo dispenser, which people usually bring their own, don't they, from home, but if you haven't bothered, then they give you some. And the shower attached to the top here, which I don't like this style of shower. I say this in every film I make. I prefer the ones with the flexible hose so that you can wash your bits and pieces, which you can't do there because the water just fires down on your head. But never mind, it's functional, it works, it's quite powerful. I've tried it out, it's okay. You get your usual shower curtain, but if you look around, all the sealant's wonderfully clean. It's been kept very, very clean, this hotel. Very clean, very modern, lovely clean shower tray. And generally, the facilities in the bathroom. Small, functional, but lovely and clean, lovely and modern. The hotel itself has a nice bar area and a dining area where you can get breakfast and evening meals. I never bother myself. I don't think the quality is that great at any of these type of budget hotels, and it's also a bit overpriced. So personally, I would just take the tram to Media City, or maybe take the tram into Manchester itself. It's not far away, and there is obviously thousands of different eating and drinking options in Manchester itself. But there is, if you prefer to stay on site, there is a bar area, there's a dining area that does breakfast and evening meals, and there is a reception desk with some very friendly and helpful staff. So I've been very impressed by the staffing at this hotel. It is very, very convenient as a location. There's parking nearby. It's not particularly cheap, I do have to warn you about that, but if you use public transport, then it is really easy to travel about by tram, and it's also cheap, and the trams are very frequent and run until about midnight. So the question I always ask at the end of all my films is, would I stay here again? And the answer is absolutely yes. Big thumbs up. I would definitely stay here again. It's clean, it's modern, it's very convenient. It's certainly handy for the football ground, but it's also handy for Media City UK if you happen to be, I don't know, if you're a celeb and you're appearing on BBC or ITV or something, but I guess if you're doing that, then you're not going to be staying in a Travelodge, are you? You'll probably be staying in the Holiday Inn, which is right next door to the BBC, but who knows. If you're here for a visit to Media City, or if you just want to have a look round the quays, it is a very interesting part of Greater Manchester. There's all sorts of reasons why you might want to stay here, and also if you're really on a budget and you're staying in Manchester but you want to save some money, then this hotel is actually quite useful for Manchester generally. It is about a 20-minute tram ride away from the centre of Manchester, from Piccadilly Gardens, which is usually regarded as the centre of Manchester. But it's really easy to get to. The tram station is about 5 minutes walk away. The trams are very frequent. They run till late at night. So you might see this as an alternative to staying in Manchester if you're doing something in Manchester itself. It adds 20 minutes to your journey because it is actually Salford and you've got to get a tram to the centre of Manchester. But it does seem to be a bit cheaper than the travel lodges in Manchester itself. So if you don't mind that little bit of extra travelling time, then you could get a good quality budget hotel at quite a decent price. I mean, I've paid a very good price tonight for this particular travel lodge, and I noticed if I'd stayed in the Piccadilly Travel Lodge or the Manchester Central Travel Lodge, it was going to cost me about 3 times more money. I'm not exaggerating. The price to stay in Piccadilly Travel Lodge tonight was 3 times more expensive. And all it is a 20-minute tram ride to get to Piccadilly. So it's actually worth considering this, even if you're not coming to Salford or coming to Old Trafford. If you are going to a football match at Old Trafford, bear in mind that prices could be a bit more on a match day. I suspect prices are quite high on a Saturday night if Manchester United are playing at home. I don't know. I'm here on a Monday night for an England football match, which is being played here at Old Trafford rather than at Wembley. So it's not too bad on a Monday night, but on a Saturday night I imagine prices will be quite a lot more, but still good value for money, and it is still a very good, modern, high quality budget hotel, which might sound like a contradiction in terms. At the end of the day, it's a budget hotel. It's like Premier Inn, it's like Holiday Inn Express, it's like Ibis Express. Travelodge, they're not the most luxurious hotels you're ever going to stay in, but if you just need somewhere nice, clean, modern to spend the night, and just a nice comfortable bed, then this really does fit the bill very well. So in answer to my question, yep, I will definitely be staying here again. I think I might be staying here quite soon actually, because I think it's a good alternative to some of the travel lodges in the centre of Manchester. My name's Darren Bugg. Thanks for watching this film. Please, please, please like and subscribe and share the film and all that kind of stuff. I make loads of films about budget hotels in big cities around the UK. I've also done several really useful films about how to get good prices and how to find the best cheap hotels. So apart from my reviews, I've also got some information films as well. So have a look on my YouTube channel. Please remember to like, subscribe. Until next time, whatever reason you are travelling and staying in a budget hotel, happy travels, and I'll see you soon.